Welcome to another episode of the Journal. These last couple of weeks feels almost impossible to make sense of. Within a few days, I shared one of the biggest moments of my life and one of the biggest setbacks of the year. Finally announced that I'd been selected to deliver a TEDx talk. Something that if you told the younger version of me was going to happen one day, I genuinely wouldn't have believed. The kid who failed his A-levels, the kid who sat quietly around tables because he didn't think he was intelligent enough to contribute, the kid who believes success belonged to other people. To now be invited to stand on a TEDx stage and share an idea that I believe could genuinely make a difference. It feels incredibly special. It feels like another step forward. It feels like I'm really moving the needle towards changing how we define success, towards helping children grow up believing they are enough, towards changing where the conversation around mental health begins. This announcement has come on the back of one of life's curveballs, shall we say. On the way home from a football meeting, someone pulled out in front of my motorbike. Spent 14 hours in A&E, got a broken shoulder, and 6 to 12 weeks of recovery. That means no football, no swimming, no yoga, just stop. Now, if you listen to this journal for a while, you'll know how much football has become part of my life again. After years away from the game, after my ACL rehab, starting a new vets team, managing my daughter's under-12s girls team, just being back around football has brought me so much joy. And then suddenly it's taken away again. I won't pretend that I handled it perfectly. Standing on the touchline, watching everyone play this week, it hurt a little bit. There was definitely moments where I felt a little bit sorry for myself. But something I've learned from so many guests on the podcast just keep coming back to me. Don't always choose what happens to us, but we do choose how we respond. I mean, that's easy for me to post on a social media, but it's a lot harder to live it. So I've been trying to practice it by doing my exercises, focusing on the small wins, taking each day as it comes. Because recovery, whether it's physical or emotional, is rarely about giant leaps. It's about small, consistent steps. But something else happened this week. Being forced to stop has made me realise how uncomfortable I am with stopping. I've been reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. One question keeps coming back to me. Why do we feel guilty when we're resting? Why has our worth become so connected to our productivity? Why do we feel like we're only valuable when we're achieving something? Maybe because somewhere along the way, many of us learned that doing creates value. Achievement creates worth. Busyness equals importance. And if we're not producing, we're somehow falling a bit behind. I suppose it's ironic, really. I've spent the last few years encouraging people to redefine success, to slow down, to be present, to focus on relationships, to look after themselves. Now life has forced me to practice exactly what I've been preaching. Maybe that's the lesson. Maybe rest isn't the opposite of progress. Maybe rest is part of progress. Maybe healing is productive. Maybe being is just as important as doing. Because this isn't a dress rehearsal, people. We're not going to get to the end of this and ask for another go. So perhaps the real challenge isn't always asking, what more can I do? Maybe it's asking, can I be fully present in a life that's already happening? Look, I'm incredibly grateful for the TEDx opportunity. And yet I'm frustrated by my broken shoulder. But both things can be true. But neither of them define me. Because I'm trying to learn and teach that success isn't just about what we achieve. It's about who we become while life is happening. So this week's question is this. If life forced you to stop tomorrow, who would you be if all the things you do were just taken away? Until next week. You all right, mate?